What is up, everybody? Happy New Year's Eve. Welcome into this post-game edition of the Pack a Day podcast. I guess currently during the game edition, since it's not quite over yet, but it's over. The Packers are victorious over the Minnesota Vikings. An absolute beatdown in Minnesota. Not a great game from Jaron Hall and Nick Mullins and the Minnesota Vikings. They crapped the bed a little bit in this one, but give Green Bay a ton of credit. A near flawless game outside of a muffed punt from Samori Toure. That was really about the only, obviously a couple drops here, there. You've got the Love throws that could have been big time plays. Melton drops the one. And then you've got the throw to Malik. But like overall, we are not even going to remotely nitpick anything in this game. Green Bay showed up. They came to play. A huge shout out to the Pittsburgh Steelers for getting a big win earlier in the day against the Seattle Seahawks. And Green Bay now controls their own destiny. It is Packers Bears 325 Sunday next week for a opportunity to go to the playoffs, and sort of this beautiful poetic situation where last year of Aaron Rodgers, you've got an opportunity against the Detroit Lions at home to get into the playoffs. You can't get the job done. You don't make it. It really sends you down this path of trading away Aaron and going with Jordan as quarterback. And maybe that would have happened anyway, but that was sort of, it feels like the final nail in the coffin. And now, one season later, you've got the exact same opportunity. NFC North game at home, Chicago Bears, for the opportunity to go to the playoffs. Winning, you're in. What more could you possibly want? You bookend the season, first game of the year, with a win against Chicago in Chicago. Can you finalize it? Green Bay eliminated Chicago from the playoffs with a win today. The Bears needed a tie for the Vikings and Packers in order to stay alive. That clearly did not happen. So the Bears are eliminated, and now it is up to the Packers. Can they get the job done at Lambeau Field in Green Bay next week? Can't wait to be there. It should be a ton of fun. I'm going to go until about 10:45 today, guys, and then I have to get out of here. So it's going to be a little bit of a shorter chat. Obviously, any super chats will go to the top of the list, but I want to get to all of your question and answer. Josh Myers is down. Oh, come on. What ended up happening? Is he, was this like a carted off type situation, or, third year center has been playing some really good football, blah, blah, blah. Walked off on his own. Looks like John Runyon will replace him. Well, obviously injuries are going to be a story in this game. Josh Myers just went out. Preston Smith went out, but came back in. Jaden Reed has the chest injury again. That is going to be a massive player to monitor through the course of this week. AJ Dillon went out. So a lot of injuries in this one. I'm sure I'm probably missing some as well. Aaron Jones left and came out. Isaiah McDuffie, of course, with the concussion as well. And then you had Dontavian Wicks, who didn't go in this game. Christian Watson still out. Luke Musgrave still out. A ton of players that aren't playing. Devondre Campbell. They'll get Jair Alexander back next week, although these corners played a hell of a football game today. Bo Melton again. Bo freaking Melton. Man, that what a freaking fun story. Let's just talk about Bo Melton for a second, because and that was from Sean Clifford too, which is really, really fun. But what a freaking story Bo Melton is. And I know he had the drop on the big play. Not a great throw from Jordan. And maybe Jordan was, anticipating Bo was going to be slightly further along in his route progression at that point. But either way, what a story for Bo Melton. He has come in these past 2 weeks. He's played awesome football. He looks like a legitimate wide receiver. I would be like Bo Melton after today, I believe, has exhausted his practice squad call-ups, if I remember correctly. I cannot imagine a scenario in which Bo Melton is not on the 53 next week, especially after, Samori Toure is just too far down on the depth chart at this point. I guess unless Wicks and Reed and Watson all can't go and you just have to keep Toure just to be safe or something like that. But outside of that, Toure is just far too down on the depth chart at this point in order to get any snaps. He's not going to play on special teams. Melton does play on special teams. What an awesome game for him. And just a really cool story. He looks like a legit wide receiver. And that's just another icing on top of the cake for this Packers offense. Clifford bomb. You love to see it. You absolutely love to see it. Oh man. All right. What do we want to talk about, guys? Bo only knows how to get open. This offense, guys, Dylan, my friend, first of all, cheers to everyone. This offense is putting up 33 in back-to-back weeks with no Christian Watson, with no Jaden Reed last week and only half of Jaden Reed this week. No Dontavian Wicks this week, only a half of Dontavian Wicks last week. Luke Musgrave is out. AJ Dillon has not been able to finish these games. Like, they are a shell of themselves. No David Bakhtiari. Guys, Jordan Love, holy shit, Jordan Love. Like, his poise and composure in this game was a absolute joy to watch. His ability to read Minnesota's defense, the autonomy he had at the line of scrimmage, his adjustments, his knowing where to go with the football in real time. And we'll see how it kind of grades out on the all 22 this week. In real time, this was probably my favorite. What happened post game? We got some pushing and shoving going on here. Aaron Jones? We got Aaron Jones in a scuffle? Man, there's always something. I swear there's always something. Just get off the field. Just get off the field. But man, Jordan Love, this is my favorite game in real time of Jordan Love's. Just like everything, he was in such total command at all points. Couple throws he'd like to have back. No two ways about it, but just an absolute joy to watch from Jordan. And Charles Woodson tweeted out, like, we are seeing this in real time through the course of this season. He is becoming whatever you want to call it. Like, he's got it. He has it. It's legit. It's real. It's tangible. It's there. It's now. It's so freaking exciting. I don't know that Green Bay could have thought that it would have gone this well at this point of the season. And there were definitely some hiccups earlier in the year, but Jordan's ability to transition from that, to go through some of those learning situations and then just be like, oh, well, I'm just not going to do that anymore. And now I'm going to be way better because of it. Like, holy shit, guys. Like, that doesn't just happen. That does not happen. To go through a season like that, and he's faced a lot of aggressive defenses. He's gone through everything. And like, he's come out of it better every single week. It has been an absolute joy to watch. Jones got hit in the follow through. Come on, just get off the field, guys. What a game, though. We're not even going to talk about a fight. We're not going to talk about drama. There's no drama from this game. It was an awesome, awesome game from Green Bay and such a fun game to watch overall. Imagine being a Viking and losing and then wanting to fight. Yeah, I don't get it. What else we got here? If we make the playoffs, get all of our, offensive weapons back, watch out NFC. Yeah, it'll be really interesting to see what happens with the Bakhtiari situation. They're going to have an Aaron Jones sort of decision, an AJ Dillon decision. But like, listen, walk through this in worst case scenario, right? If they don't bring a single free agent back, all right, they don't bring a single free agent back. If they lose Bakhtiari and let's just say like they keep Aaron Jones on the contract that he's on, and they don't draft a single offensive player, all right? They bring Jones back, lose Bakhtiari, lose all their free agents, don't draft a single offensive player, which is clearly all those things, and don't sign a single offensive free agent. Obviously, all of those things will not happen. You've got Jordan Love and Sean Clifford at quarterback. You've got Aaron Jones, Emmanuel Wilson, probably Patrick Taylor if you want at running back. You've got tight ends, including Luke Musgrave, Tucker Kraft, and Ben Sims. Wide receivers that include Christian Watson, Romeo Dobbs, Dontavian Wicks, Jaden Reed, Malik Heath, Bo Melton. As of now, Samori Toure, Grant Dubose is still on there too. Your left tackle is Rasheed Walker. Your left guard is still Elton Jenkins. Your center is Myers. Your right guard, Sean Ryan. And your right tackle is Zach Tom. And of course, you've got some depth pieces behind them as well. That is if you do not add a single player. If every free agent walks, if you lose Bakhtiari and you don't draft a single offensive guy, you still have that offense next year. That is scary fun to think about and should be so fun for this Green Bay offense moving forward. I tweeted it today. This is the worst we're going to see Jordan Love and some of these wide receivers play together. Like, they're only going to get better. And yes, defenses will figure some of these things out and they're going to have to overcome it. But that's what I've been so impressed by with Jordan Love. When he's struggled with something, it's like he goes back, analyzes it, reviews it, and it's like the same mistakes are not happening twice. Yeah, some of the off the back foot stuff happens from time to time, but we saw today on a couple different occasions, a big throw last week off the back foot. He does need to use that a little bit less and sort of sometimes in more of a last resort. Trust me, he's going to get in the lab in the offseason. He's going to work on some of his footwork, and the hope is that some of those layups that he misses from time to time become legitimate layups, and then it's just look the hell out because he's got everything else, and that is so fun. All right, who are those guys on defense? Hey, if we're going to be dicks about it, like legitimately when the Packers play like crap on defense, cheers to the Packers defense today, because Yes, it's Jaron Hall. Yes, it's Nick Mullins. Vikings didn't play well. They had no rushing attack. That's still an offense that includes Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison. And that's no walk in the park. We've seen them give up a lot more points to worse offenses this season, and they showed up. That 10 points that they allowed, 7 of those are not on them. 7 of those are directly on the special teams. I don't put any fault on the defense on that. They allowed 3 points in this game, in my opinion. Plus, they got multiple turnovers that set up the offense early in this game. Just a really, really fun performance from this Packers defense. They deserve the credit today. They've got to stack success. They've got to put it together again next week against Chicago, but they deserve the applause and the kudos today for a really impressive defensive performance. All right, a couple super chats here. Best still shot of the night, Goot and Murph in the box. Yeah, I'm sure they are very, very pleased. Listen, there's no scenario now where this season did not finish off as a success. And I know some people will disagree with that and say, no, you got to make the playoffs, and otherwise it's not a success. If you lose to Chicago in the final week, this season's not a success. I disagree. Jordan being the guy, being him, being the future quarterback of the Green Bay Packers, franchise QB, having all of the rest of the NFC North teams have to watch this on New Year's Eve in prime time today, knowing that Green Bay got another one. That is a huge win this season. And at worst, they finish with the same record they did last year with Aaron Rodgers in an all-in season, when they were doing everything in their power still last year to go to a Super Bowl. In an all-in year, the Packers went 8-9 with Aaron Rodgers and that team. And in the offseason, to move on from so many veterans, trade away the face of your franchise, go with a first-year starter, and rebuild with the youngest offense in football and be in the exact same spot, that is a win through and through, no two ways about it. And now, obviously, the goal is still to get in the playoffs. That would make it, icing on the cake, cherry on the sundae, whatever lame cliche you want to use. But to me, this is now a extremely successful season, and they have the opportunity to pay it off even more with a win next week against Chicago. And what better way to start 2024 than with a win against the Bears and an opportunity to go to the freaking playoffs? Let's freaking go. All right. I know you don't swear, but F the Vikings, go Pack, go. Threw a couple S-bombs out there. No F-bombs yet, Preston, but yeah, I'm cool with that. Hey, Jordan did not get a turkey leg, but did he just get champagne? Did Jordan just get champagne? All right, that makes up for the turkey leg. Champagne greater than turkey leg, if that was absolutely champagne. I don't know if that was or not. There we go. Jordan and 33 champagne to celebrate. Yes, there we go. Much, much better. I think that's a much better win. If you had to choose between turkey leg or champagne, give me champagne every day of the freaking week. So, all right. Jay Western, Joe Barry is a God, lifetime contract. Happy New Year's, friend. Jay, how much have you been drinking? A lot? I'm going to assume a lot. It seems like a lot. Kudos to you, though. Cheers. No lifetime contract. This is a great performance, though, for Joe on the defense. Like I said earlier, if we're going to be dicks about it when they suck, we have to be extremely complimentary when they're great. Today, they were great. Throw any caveat that you want in there about a crappy Vikings offense. That's fine. They were awesome today. And I'm sure that those guys have heard all the stuff that's been talked about the defense. I was certainly hard on them all week. I think everyone was for the past few weeks. They've not been good. Today, they were really good, and they deserve a lot of credit for that. So we'll take it one step at a time, but today was a very good day for that Packers defense. Most hated Minnesotan, thanks so much as always for being a member. Really appreciate you. What the hell is up with this hot and cold defense? So frustrating, but tonight they showed up clutch. So there it is. The season is officially a success. Can't wait until the win against the Bears next week. Cheers, my friend. I am right there with you. And I don't know if this is an up and down defense. This has been a defense that struggled for the most part through the majority of this season, but today was a great day, and hopefully they can stack success and do it again next week. And hey, if the Packers go 5-0 the rest of this year, 5 more games, they win a Super Bowl. So, hey, one game at a time. Let's see what they can do next week against Chicago. 2023 being literally bookmarked by wins over Minnesota. Yeah, January 1st last year, December 31st this year. The Packers went a completely mid 9-9 in the calendar year of 2023, 8-8 this year, 1-1 to finish the year last year in 2023. So a 9-9 record, not including preseason games for the Packers in 2023. I have a feeling, and my hope is that that's even much better in 2024. We'll see what that starts off with next week against the Chicago Bears. All right. No turkey leg, but champagne and top hats, I guess we'll take it. 1,000,000%. I will take that trade every day of the week. One of the Packers' best trades of the season, trading in one turkey leg for top hats. I think they got a deck of playing cards too, if I saw correctly. And most importantly, champagne. That is a win for the Packers. One of their best trades of the year, if we're being honest. 2022 Packers versus 2023 Packers. Who you got? I'm thinking 2023. This I don't think this is a hot take anymore. I said it a handful of weeks ago, and it was true then, and it's true now. You can talk about Aaron last year with the rib injury and the thumb injury, and both of those things are completely legitimate. I don't know how healthy he was at any point last year. I know he was going through some stuff, but even knowing that Aaron Rodgers was beat up in 2022, Jordan completely outperformed the 2022 version of Aaron Rodgers. Jordan's been way better, in my opinion, in 2023 than Aaron was in 2022. And for that reason, I'm going 2023. And something just always felt off about that Packers 2023 team, or 2022 team, excuse me. It never felt right. Kudos to them for getting it together at the end of the year and making that push towards the playoffs. I respect the effort that they put in at the end. The Packers started slow this year, 2-5 this year. I actually did a double take when I went back and reviewed that, because I'm like, man, they really started 2-5. Like, I had to kind of put myself back in where we were at that time. 2-5 at the time. They're 6-3 since then. It's not like 6-3 is like some 8-1 record or anything like that, but 6-3 in their last 9 games. It's been a completely different team, and I just feel like if I had to choose between those two teams, one game, winner takes all, I'll take 2023 Packers over 2022 Packers. Bears look tough today. Their lines have improved. Yeah, dude, they're playing good football. They really are. It sucks. It really, really sucks. And they solidified the number 1 pick in the draft with the Panthers losing today. So they're going to be a pain in the ass, guys. I hate to say it. The Bears are legitimately going to be a pain in the ass moving forward. Now, hopefully, they Chicago Bears the hell out of their quarterback situation. The dream scenario is that they trade away Justin Fields, and Justin Fields becomes like a all-pro quarterback. And then they draft whatever quarterback they draft sucks. And then the other 2 that they don't draft go on to have like Hall of Fame careers. Like, that would be the perfect fan fiction Bears Packers scenario. But they're probably going to get Caleb Williams, and Caleb Williams is probably going to be really freaking good. DJ Moore's been incredible. That defense, ever since they got Montez Sweat, has been really insane. Jalen Johnson, he went out questionable. And was questionable to return. I don't know if he ever returned today. If he did, then that's probably much ado about nothing. If he didn't, that's going to be an injury to monitor this upcoming week. But they're pesky and frisky and a pain in the ass right now. And they're going to be a really tough out for Green Bay next week. And do not think for one second that Chicago's not going to look back at that Detroit game from last year. Detroit had nothing to play for. They had the ability to spoil Green Bay's playoff hopes. They went into Lambeau Field with an opportunity to be spoiler. They did it. And look how that jump started the Lions going into this year. And now the Lions are division champions. And if you don't think the Bears are telling that same thing to their team this week, that they can go and beat Green Bay to eliminate them from the playoffs and jumpstart things going into next year with an opportunity to go to the playoffs next year, that's the blueprint. That they're going to tell their team that exact thing. So this is going to be a very difficult game. I do not think I don't know what the line is. I haven't seen anything, but I think this is going to be a really tough game for Green Bay. And Chicago is going to empty everything out. I forget what Chicago Bear already went on record to say they've got something special planned for Green Bay in week 18. They've got this one circled, but Green Bay's playing for a playoff spot. And the hope is that they learn their lessons from a season ago. Don't play scared, all gas, no break. Let's get the Packers into the playoffs. Can it be Sunday? Yeah, I just want it to be Sunday. I am all ready for it right freaking now. All right. Bears look tough. I'm worried about the Bears. Not going to lie. Yeah, PJ, we just talked about it. It's going to be a tough game. No question, but this Green Bay team's up for it. I really think they are. Hopefully they're coming off their best defensive performance of the season, and hopefully they can continue that moving forward. And they just got to come out on top. They got one game to go. For them, if they win, they're in, and they're going to have to learn from their mistakes from last year against the Lions. I think they will. I really do, but it's not going to be an easy out. 2008 Rodgers and 2023 Love after 16 games, both with a QBR of 93.8. I think we're living in a simulation. Go Pack Go. Let's close this out. Love this team. So Steely Phil, thanks for the chat, by the way. So we've got with Jordan Love we can look forward to a Super Bowl win like 10 excruciating playoff losses, no defense except for the 1 year that they win the Super Bowl. And then a very messy divorce at the end. And then we'll start the simulation all over again. I'll see you in 14 years or so, when we can talk about all the drama and if the Packers should trade Jordan Love and why it's time to move to the next quarterback, and we can do it all over again. I guess we'll all sign up for it if that's what it takes, and get that next Super Bowl with Jordan Love as quarterback. All right, the Bears have looked like one of the best teams in the league the past 5 weeks and appear to have a bright future. Tell me why I'm wrong, Patrick. I don't think they're one of the best teams in the league the past 5 weeks, but they've played much, much better. They're playing a winning brand of football. They're playing the game the right way. Their special teams has been solid. Their defense has been awesome, and they're finding ways to move the football on offense. It's going to be a challenge for Green Bay, and obviously we just talked about this already, but Green Bay's playing some really good football coming off of this game. I know, tough game defensively, tough 3 games defensively coming off their big 3-game win streak in the middle there. This was their first sign on defense that, hey, maybe they can do a little bit better and actually shut a team down. That's going to be their goal. Listen, this team handled Chicago in week 1. Both of these teams are night and day difference from that game. They might as well be 2 totally different football teams, in all sincerity. I'm excited to watch this one. Like I said, I can't wait for it to be Sunday. These games in the past, one of the things about Aaron is he owned the Bears, literally, like he owned them, and this is now Jordan's opportunity to continue that ownership. Like I said, the Bears are going to have this one circled. We'll see if Jordan can keep that ownership stake in the team transferred over from Aaron to Jordan. All right. Alex, Packers win for my birthday. Happy New Year, y'all. Shout out to Romeo for being able to stay healthy this year. Alex, happy birthday. Happy New Year to everyone. Like I said, I'm going to get out here in about 8 minutes to go celebrate with some friends. So cheers to everyone. But Alex, hope you have an amazing, happy, and safe birthday and New Year. Does Jordan Love make All-Pro from this end of season run? 16 touchdowns, 1 interception. No, I don't think he makes All-Pro. Those sometimes can almost be like lifetime achievement awards and stuff. Lamar Jackson's going to make it. Somebody else is probably going to get on that list or whatever, but he's been awesome. And we don't need any accolades or awards for Jordan to know what he's accomplished. He's the guy in Green Bay that we don't need anything else. That's the trophy. He's franchise QB1. He's going to get a massive deal in the offseason, and Green Bay can move forward knowing that they've got QB1 in hand. And that's a really exciting thing to think about as we get ready to celebrate the new year and transition into 2024. Michael, thanks for the super chat. Great win. Backup quarterback or not, should be a fun close up to Pick'em League next week too. Yes. Michael, are you still in the lead? Michael has been in the lead, I think, all season long, if I remember correctly, and should be a very fun end of the season. Remember, winner of the Pick'em League gets 2 tickets to a Packers game next year. So excited to give out those. And should be a very fun end to the season. And good luck to you, Michael, and anyone else that is in the Pick'em League. All right. Anything else you guys want to talk about? Otherwise, I'm going to go celebrate the new year with some friends and family and go freaking party this Packers game for the rest of the night. Of course, we'll have a new episode for you tomorrow morning. I'm going to be talking to Aaron Nagler tomorrow. We're going to post that on both Cheesehead TV and right here on Pack-A-Day as well, so you can look forward to that. So, of course, a lot of amazing stuff coming your week, 365 days a year. We never stop. Make sure to check out those Pack-A-Day podcast memberships if you have not already. Kenneth, maybe not tomorrow, but probably early in the week, probably Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I would expect that he gets added to the active roster. I think it's just a matter of time at this point. All right. What else we got? Tucker Kraft is him. Love is MVP. Love is in the air. This is amazing. What a freaking night. What a freaking night. That was a really fun game of football. And I hope you guys all enjoyed that game. Of course, we'll break it down all week on the All 22 as well. All right. Anyone else want to get in on this wagon of amazing super chats and questions before we get out of here? You should. They would have been great if they gave him the turkey leg too. Just like, hey, we got champagne, a top hat, and everything, but also in fact, just take the whole turkey at this point. Happy New Year to you as well, Pogs. How concerned are you about Christian Watson's continued hamstring issues? I don't know. I hope he can play next week. That's where I'm at right now. I hope Christian can play next week, help Green Bay pick up this win against Chicago. And then I know they said in the game today that they're going to look at it and see what they can do. Maybe it's nothing, maybe it's something, and we're just going to have to go into next year, and hopefully next year it's not an issue and they figure something out. But you have to be concerned, to some extent. But right now, I'm just hoping he can play next week. Yeah, I think, my guess is they'll talk to Bo and say like, hey, don't even worry about that. You're going to be on the 53 at some point this week. So don't even take those phone calls. We're going to move you to that point. So yes, he could. I'm actually surprised that nobody signed him last week after last week's performance. Teams made mistakes by not doing that. That's 100% for sure. Love this. What a freaking year. Absolutely love that. And by the way, that stat is cool for so many different reasons. One, because it's Bo Melton, but two, we're in week 17, right? And it's not because Green Bay doesn't have good wide receivers. It's because they have so many weapons that the ball is spread all over the place. As much as I love Davante Adams, and I would love for the ability to spam Davante Adams again because he's that freaking good, there were times where it got a little too Davante Adams centric, for better a lot of times, but also sometimes for worse. And I think the best offenses are the ones that spread the ball around, and you don't know where the hell the ball's going. Might be Malik Heath, Bo Melton, Tucker Kraft, Luke Musgrave, Christian Watson, Romeo Doubs, Aaron Jones, AJ Dillon, Patrick. You don't know where the hell the ball is going to go on any given down. I love that style of offense. So I think that's a cool stat for a variety of different reasons. All right. Maybe one or two more questions here, guys. I agree. There does seem to be good chemistry. And hey, let's not forget too, there's a lot of drama, buzz surrounding the team this week. They said, screw that. They're going to go out and win the football game. They did exactly that. If you would have said like going into this week that one of these teams is going to win going away, man, I'm not sure what the vibes earlier this week. If I would have said it was going to be the Packers, but they put it all behind them and went out and won this game going away. Really, really fun game. I love spreading more love around. I'm right there with you. Yeah, this will be interesting, Showtime. I don't know what they're going to do. They're going to have some decisions to make. This might be controversial. I wouldn't hate going with Valentine, and Nixon again, and then in obvious pass downs, bringing in Jair for Nixon and saying, hey, you got to earn this thing back. I wouldn't hate that whatsoever, but my guess is Jair's out there as the starter, and you probably have to be a little bit cautious with that decision, but that group has played pretty well. That trio has played pretty well together. That's a trio that they had when they had that 3-game win streak. They went again today pretty easily. So yeah, interesting decision. Valentine played awesome today. Really, really fun game from him. Excuse me. All right. What else we got? Hey, like I said a week ago, probably the only thing that saves his job is the Super Bowl. So if you're telling me that Joe Barry's back next year, it's probably because they won the championship and signed me the hell up. I will take that every single day of the week. Yes, Seth. Yes. I don't know if I can do this or not. I don't know if you can see it over there. Right there. I've had this sitting there. The Rodecaster, the mouse, the mic, the microphone. There's an HD camera up there. The arm, I don't know where the arm is. Oh, the arm is right there, standing up against my desk right there. And the Mac is right that you can kind of tell it like right there. And none of it is put together. Absolutely none of it is put together. So yes, that is on my New Year's resolution. My to-do list is to finally put all that stuff together. I've had that sitting there since July. And like literally that's how busy I am, guys, that I don't have the time to put like all that stuff together and like do all of that because it's been complete freaking chaos. And once the season's over, I'm so excited to jump into draft stuff eventually, but that is 1 a.m. my to-do list. And I can't wait for this. Can't wait for this game this week. Can't wait for hopefully the playoffs. And then we'll take a recap at the season whenever it's done, hopefully weeks from now. And then we'll get into draft stuff and, free agency, and we'll restart the cycle all over again. All right, friends, that's going to do it for me. Appreciate you guys so freaking much. 919 people in chat right now. For those of you who don't know, this is my first year doing this full-time. I quit my job in June-ish, somewhere around there, and started doing this as my daily job. And without your support, that would not be a possibility. So you guys mean more to me than you guys know. I appreciate you a ton. Jay, thank you so freaking much for that. Bart Winkler, good to see you, my man. Hey, if you haven't checked out Bart Winkler's YouTube channel as well, fellow member of the Blue Wire Podcast Network, go check out my man Bart. But no, sincerely appreciate you guys so freaking much. It means the world to me. Have a safe and happy new year. We'll be right back here with a couple episodes tomorrow. Of course, breaking it down 365 days a year. Check out those Pack-A-Day podcast memberships. Enjoy your freaking night. Have a happy new year. But until next time, and as always, and especially tonight, go Pack Go.